What you want to do? From the studio, I'm still rich, getting rich after the poor times. You're on a fundamentally if I might say something at this point in time. But look, this is a piece of work, and I'm not alone in the politics here.
Alright, so back with the backwardsrider. You know, and so we're in the studios right now. I wonder if you are interested in how the day went. Well, you know, it started off late in the late afternoon, and as soon as I got out there and I started to ride, I started to take control of the way that I feel if I felt comfortable riding on the road, which was many times I have to give hand signals. I have to let people know that it's not okay to come up behind me in the lane, that they should go around and go, because I'm going to be going too slow, and I'm not gonna squeeze in and move over for the most part. Meanwhile, they go by and squeeze me in like that. So it's just you know, and of course at times when I see that there's a stop in the traffic and I'm just at the tail end of the traffic, normally what I would do is that I would just double back and I would circle around, so that if there's enough space, so I'm not smelling all of the fumes, or I'm not trapped up by the lights and being swamped by the fumes. So that's what I was doing all day today, just so that I can enjoy my travel. Then it got to a point where I was waiting for a friend of mine, so at the intersection there are cars that were in the left lane or the right lane, so they needed to turn right. So I stood between that lane and the lane where the cars are going straight, being out of the way. So a police officer, I guess he caught his eye on me, and he asked me what I was doing, and I let him know that I'm okay, I'm just, you know, waiting for my friend. And I assured him that I'll be okay. And he asked for my name, I gave him my name, and you know, after a while he was blocking traffic. He was actually obstructing traffic, so I just let him know that he needed to be on his way, and that I'm for sure I'll be fine. So after something that got my eye, I brought it to his attention, there was a green light, and about 3 to 4 natives were crossing that green light, and they were kind of in the way of the traffic. So I said, hey, would you look at that? As soon as I said that, he just forgot about me, and he went he crossed the street and he went after them, and that didn't last too long. They already crossed the street, so they were fine, so there's no point in harassing them or telling them anything. So he took off and he went, and he was out of the way and out of my life. And you know, it's not to say it in a negative way, but that's the way that it should be. The officer, if he really thinks that this person is fine and they're not going to cause a problem, then they should get out of the way and do not block the traffic themselves. So that's what I kind of encouraged at the time. And I just got back to my job, and I saw a cyclist that we're looking out for, and I had a question that I posed to one guy that was there at the intersection, and he answered my question, and he said he never had a lot of time, but that's part of my work that I do when I go out there. I'm not just riding around and just keeping fit. I'm actually interacting with the cyclists and asking them what changes they see happening, or you know, if they have any idea, let me know, and I'll speak, and I'll agree with them or confirm that yes, that's correct. And he agreed with me that we need obviously more bike lanes, and I was more emphasizing that we need to take up the lane of a full-size car. And he never said too much, but I would like to post that video so that you can hear and see live on the green streets of Toronto, from the backwardsrider point of view, webcam or phone camera, if I might say. So I would like people to know that, you know, that you're speaking to an authority on the road, and that if everyone sees a change but no one is kind of forging it to encourage that yes, this is what we need, then it won't happen. So you know, if you see me at the intersection with my bike parked up there, it's basically it's just making the room and for more of that kind of advocacy that, you know, we have it within us. And, you know, if cops can go on the road and make sure in traffic, rush hour, that everything is fine and everything is safe and everything, well, then we also have that ability as cyclists to do that for our fellow cyclists and for ourselves, making the roads safer and making it apparent to the drivers of the automobiles that our presence is here and it's going to be felt. And it's just one of me, and you know that's I just love my work and I do it with enthusiasm. And the cold is not going to keep me inside, the rain is not going to keep me inside. As a matter of fact, it doesn't matter if there's ice on the road, you'll see me out there in the dead of winter with my bicycle riding backwards, advocating for cyclists. Right now we are listening to some article, Julian Marley and Damien Jr. Gang Mar with Violence in the Street. And you're also listening to the Backwards Rider Fitness Training Power Program with cyclists with pollution on the street that we must get rid of.
Violence in the street, I just got no time to sleep. If they can't find a job, so what night they kill and rob. They give us dreams and aspirations, then they turn us down, they turn us down. They build up community centers, then you break them down, then you break them down.
You're funny.
You don't know. After you finish runs, and then you think you done. Situation's bad, and I'm fed up. You won't got that out on your neck, you make a wanna rap it. That's how I take a see you, you know I wanna grab it. I'm on a tata, come on, I'm on go over chat it. I'm on a keep them tricky people, and I pick them pocket. I'm on a two tag more than a game on him man jacket. And I tell you them I got on and have them cash a socket.
So I just want to say that I want to say thank you to those motorists that saw me on the road, and they saw me as part of them. I guess basically a traveler. I guess on my way back to where I left, or on my way somewhere. And you know, some of them, you know, they were, I can't count on my hands, and I wasn't paying attention to every motorist, but I saw thumbs up, I saw waving, I saw cameras being pulled out, and maybe the record button of course was on, pointing at me, and I gave the thumbs back up. And it was just, today was a wonderful day out on the street. Although it wasn't the sunniest and the warmest, but it all of that just went out the door when I started to interact with just other travelers on the road, and it just made it that much lighter. And so it wasn't that stressful like as I'm used to you know, experiencing on the road. I think it has something to do with me, that my attitude, I'm constantly trying to find out how I can not show this aggressive, not that that's how I am, but not letting it out, giving a chance to have that better part of me. What I'm actually trying to keep up with is just the more spontaneous, joyous, and feeling of being free and being outside in the elements, and just really loving it, you know. So you guys are awesome, you guys are the best, and it just makes me feel good about Toronto again. So there you go. There's some cool motorists out there, even though they're driving a crappy car. So if when I see like a car like the Porsche or a Lamborghini out there, you know what? I know how you feel. That's how I feel on my bike. I feel like I got the Rolls Royce of them all. So I mean, like, I wouldn't like for my vehicle to be hit or dented or scratched either, or you know, even for heaven's sakes, me, you know, being bumped off my bike or, you know, accidentally. So I always like to flail my hands out or make sure that if I'm taking it slow, that I am using a body language where it lets the driver know that you know, I'm aware of the movement around me and stuff like that. So I do I guess move in a way where it prevents accidents and it keeps the flow going, you know. So but you do once again see me coming up to the stoplight or stop signs to stop. Believe me, if I will not just plow through a crowd like that. So I saw a few, one or two persons jump out of the way when they saw me coming because they saw my back turned. But little do they know that I'm much more conscientious to just not just to let that happen, you know. So it's just all, I guess it's just one of my tricks, you know. It seems like I'm coming in a barrel through, but I don't. I come to a full stop. It wasn't meant to scare. It was meant to Prince Jasbo with freedom. Backward rider with the fitness and art.